It's Week 8 of the NFL, and we'll get a look here at Caleb Williams. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Bears and the Niners, and it's kicking off next on Madden NFL 25.
It is time for football as we welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Thanks for having us in, Mike Tirico, along with Greg Olson, partner. This should be a good one here in the month of October. We got a couple of teams playing good football to get this season going.
And all offseason, Mike, coaches and teams, they talk about the importance of starting the season strong. And here in this matchup for early in the year, we have our first look at two teams that have started off strong. They're playing winning football.
All right, we're just about set for football. The crowd is definitely ready. So are we. Off we go on EA Sports. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. Here's the Chicago offense taking the field for the first time. They're led out by the quarterback from USC, Caleb Williams.
You know you have a good week, Mike, when it takes all 5 fingers on one hand just to show how many touchdowns you threw in last week's win. Now, do we expect him to do that 2 weeks in a row? I'm not sure that's realistic, but as long as he continues to operate at this high of a level, they're going to have a strong chance to win every single week.
And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll run it for the first time with DeAndre Swift. He is met and dropped. Good defense. Loss of a couple on that play.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
He'll take this forward, maybe 2-3 yards, but doesn't matter. We have a flag down, and they're already marching backward. Darnell Wright, guilty that time. Throwing on 2nd down, Williams. That'll be caught by DeAndre Swift. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Williams. Taking off, he'll try to get there.
Sometimes it's just a case of taking what the defense gives you. And here's one of those examples. There's nowhere for him to go with the ball. For a minute, it looked like he was going to be able to pick up this 1st down with his legs. The defense rallies, brings him down short of the 1st down marker, sets up 4th down.
And this is as good as you could possibly get. It's out of bounds, and it's marked right at the 1-yard line. Well done. The 49ers offense set to get to work for the first time. They're led out by the last pick in the draft in 2022. Iowa State's Brock Purdy at quarterback.
A lot of things jump off the tape when you watch last week, Mike, but it was really just the overall execution of the game plan that stuck out the most. I mean, not only did he get them in that end zone a handful of times, he protected the ball, and he routinely exploited the weaknesses that they found during the week on film. He's going to be looking to do the same thing over these next 4 quarters. And if he's successful, they're going to have a shot to leave here with another win.
And he'll be close to a 1st down. A gain of a couple as they mark him just short. You don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. Purdy works out of the pistol. He's got his man. Right side. It's complete. It's a gain of 12 there. 1st down, 49ers.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
Purdy now, he'll throw on 1st down. He'll go right and find his running back. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Purdy gonna give this to Garendo. And he'll get forward for a couple. Tremaine Edmonds there to make the play. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. One more time, it's Garendo. And he'll get this to the 35. That's good enough for the first down. Shotgun snap to Purdy. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down. They continue to roll, continue to move the chains. That was a gain of 15.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. A tight end in motion now. On play action, here's Purdy. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Converted twice on 3rd down already on this drive. Now can they do it for a 3rd time? From the shotgun, it's Purdy. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. That catch number 40 on the season for him.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
To throw on 1st down is Purdy. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete. Brandon Ayuk, the intended receiver there. And it'll bring up 2nd down. Back to the air again is Purdy. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. Purdy going to put it up again. Able to complete it to Ayuk. And the Niners are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Here's Purdy again. Oh, he feels the pressure, and he'll go down back at the 6.
And that's a big-time play. It felt like they really needed it, Mike. That was a drive where the offense seemed to be in complete control. Anytime on the defense where you find yourself on your heels, you're giving up big plays, you're giving up fresh set of downs, you need a spark. You need...
That one is caught in the back of the end zone. Jawan Jennings. Touchdown, San Francisco. It's his 2nd touchdown of the year. Tight spaces down there. Things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody's clock has to speed up. Not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of his hand, but you have to win as a receiver quickly and give the quarterback somewhere to go with the ball. It was that quickness at the line of scrimmage that led to that touchdown.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Now return coming from the 7. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Bears offense ready to possess the football for the 2nd time. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. He was looking to get it to DJ Moore. It's 2nd down. Give up the middle with Swift. And that will get him back on schedule. Good pickup of 7, sets up 3rd and 3. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. That's caught. It's the tight end, Komet. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the first down.
Throwing on first down, it's Williams. That is caught downfield by Odunze. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
Now a flag comes in. It was thrown by the umpire. The pickup is 4, but usually that's a holding penalty. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. He runs with it.
Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be, Mike, when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold him to just a short gain.
On second down, it's Williams. That's complete to Moore on the right side. 3rd and long. Williams. They'll try to set up the screen here to Swift. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make. And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
This will be returned from the 6. Now an opening past the 30. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. Brandon Ayuk heading back onto the field with his 49er teammates. He's been filling up the stat sheet on a weekly basis, hasn't he? You get a look at where he ranks in terms of receptions by a wideout. Purdy on first down. A toss left side, caught by his running back. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. So Kittle comes in motion. Finding his tight end, Farrell. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
In order for this play to be successful against man coverage, Mike, 2 things need to happen. 1, the quarterback has to anticipate the break. He has to get that ball out on time. And then the rest is the receiver creating the separation at the top. And when both are accomplished, you can see what the results are.
Again in the air for Purdy. That's a slant to Ayuk. And he's into the end zone. Brandon Ayuk, touchdown, 49ers. And he continues to be a focal point of this offense. Now 10 touchdown catches for him on the year. The kicking team on for the extra point. His kick is good. And the 49ers extend their advantage to 14-3. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This taken in at the 8-yard line, and he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Bears offense ready to get back to work. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. The tight end, Komet, is on the move. Williams to throw on 2nd down. That's complete to the rookie's 2nd-round pick. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. Williams going to look to throw it on 1st down. That's going to be incomplete. And it'll leave just enough time for one final play in this opening quarter. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. They will run it over center with Swift. And he's going to wind up losing yardage here. And that will take us to the end of the opening quarter of play. Third and long. On 3rd down, it's Williams from the gun. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down. Here's Torrey Taylor now. He's on for the 2nd time. He'll try to get something inside the 10. Good hang time. The fair catch will be made back at their own 12. The Niners offense and Brandon Ayuk ready to take over once more. And he is right up there amongst the league leaders when it comes to receiving yards by a wideout this year. A 1st down throw for Purdy. A short one there, caught by Kittle. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. Throwing from the gun is Purdy. A throw on the move is caught. And he'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Here's 3rd and 2. They need 2. Here's Purdy. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a 1st down.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
On 1st down, here's Garendo. He'll burrow his way forward for a couple. Jaquan Brisker there to bring him down. 2nd down and 8. They'll go again with Garendo. And the D closes quickly. He's stopped after a gain of a yard. T.J. Edwards there on the stop. Here comes 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Purdy. He finds his big receiver, that's Jennings. 11 yards on the pass there. It's good for a Niners 1st down. Shotgun snap. to Purdy. He'll get it into the hands of Kittle.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable second down.
Right back to Kittle. That's another one. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big gain.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Throwing again is Purdy. That's taken in by Jennings. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. They'll throw again with Purdy. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. Throwing again is Purdy. That'll be intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to get the football at their own 40.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
The Bears offense ready to take over once again. They'll begin with 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Swift. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. The tight end, Komet, is on the move. Throwing on 2nd down, Williams. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. To the left side, he's got Komet. Call it a gain of 13. 1st down, Chicago. They put a receiver in motion to the left. Throwing on 1st down, it's Williams. Quick throw here is complete. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. They'll try to throw again. Here's Williams. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Williams to the air once more. Oh, that's the one thing they couldn't have there, the sack that might take them out of field goal range.
Watch the pursuit by this defensive end. The quarterback tries to escape the pocket, but he just keeps on chasing him, and he closes that ground in a hurry and brings him down for a big sack.
On comes the punter now, as he's on to punt for Chicago. This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. So here's Brock Purdy, and this 49ers offense heading back onto the field. And he's had things all his way in the first half. Those numbers are sensational. He looks to add to them with another drive here. Purdy now, he'll throw on 1st down. He's going to run it. And a good one here. He'll be marked down up past the 25-yard line.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. So Kittle comes in motion. A run with Garendo. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. 3rd and 5. Out of the gun. It's Purdy. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
And I like the idea of moving the pocket. It makes it harder for the defense to rush the passer, but you have to account for the end man on the line of scrimmage, and that guy's job is to set an edge. Nobody gets outside of me. In this case, the quarterback. You've got to be better protecting your edges anytime you put your quarterback on the move.
So on 4th down, the Aussie, Mitch Wishnowsky, out to punt. And back deep is Devin Duvernay to return. This fielded inside the 35. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. On 1st and 10, it's Williams. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. 2nd and 7. The tight end, Komet, is on the move. On 2nd down, it's a run with Swift. And he'll take this to about the 46-yard line. Renardo Green there to bring him down. Here now, 3rd and 5. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. That one on target to Moore. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
I really like the rhythm that this offense has found. I mean, that 3rd down, that wasn't a layup by any means, but they made it look easy. Everybody was exactly where they needed to be. The quarterback did a nice job working through his progression, saying, okay, I understand this is zone defense. I understand where the limitations of the coverage are. I'm going to get to that spot on the field as fast as I can, deliver the ball, pick up the first down.
Quick throw, taken in. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go here till halftime. We'll come back to Soldier Field. Following this, here's 2nd and 2. From the shotgun, it's Williams. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down. Throwing again, Williams. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. To throw it again, it's Williams. Quick throw, out wide, it's caught.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains. One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
DeAndre Swift, the intended target. And it'll be 2nd and goal. Throwing is Williams. He'll try to set up the screen here to Swift. And some space opening up as he works it down to the 2. Big play coming up. 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Swift. Powering forward. He's in. DeAndre Swift. Touchdown, Chicago. So on 3rd and goal, they run it in. Sometimes, Greg, that's 4-down territory. They didn't need to do it on 4th down. Taking care of it on the 3rd down for the touchdown.
Yeah, and when you find yourself down here this close, Mike, you have to finish these drives off. I'm with you. I think he was going to give his back 2 shots there to punch it in, but he only needed 1.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. This fielded at about the 9. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. 1st and 10. They'll motion a tight end right. Off the play fake. Here's Purdy. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass he'll say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down. Out of the gun, here's Purdy. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down. That's a 2nd charge timeout to Chicago as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in the opening half. Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Not wanting to risk another sack, they're going to play it safe with a run. The Bears go ahead, take their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 13 seconds to play in this opening half. Duvernay to return. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. Here's Williams on 1st and 10. Gonna look deep, looking for more.
Illegal forward pass, offense.
So, halftime here, it's the visitors, the 49ers, who are on top as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
These 2 teams making their way back out of their locker room, so that means we're just about set for the second half. And to bring it your way, we go back out to Mike and Greg.
3rd quarter set to commence, and we're back underway here on EA Sports. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. And they'll get this up past the 20, and that's where they'll set up shop. The 49ers offense and Brock Purdy headed back on the field for their next possession. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. So Kittle comes in motion. Now he'll run. And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Purdy works out of the pistol. Finding his tight end, Farrell. They get 18 on that one. 1st down, 49ers.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
They'll come up here 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Purdy. Short pass taken in by the tight end.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it. A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
6 catches for him in the ball game now, and this one's good for a 1st down.
I know, I'm biased, but listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this, that on 3rd down or critical moments, that's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup problems that he creates. If I was in a critical situation, there is no doubt where I'm going with the ball.
Now a give on the ground. It'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Here's a 3rd and 10. Throwing from the gun is Purdy. He'll find his tight end, Kittle, on the right side. Well, they hook up again, 2nd time on this drive, and this one's good for 18 yards and a 1st down.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
Throwing on 1st down is Purdy. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
And he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards, and that leads to 3rd down. From the gun, it's Purdy. He's got it at the 3. And the 49ers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Back to throw. Purdy. That's in the end zone and intercepted. Picked off by T.J. Edwards.
All right, Mike, file this play away. If they're able to hold on and pull this game out, we're going to look back on this as the pivotal moment of this game. Oftentimes, it takes that one big moment to sway the outcome of a game, and no bigger play than a pick deep inside your own red zone.
LeBear's offense ready for their first possession of this 2nd half. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. They motion the slot man left. Williams going to look to throw it on 1st down. That's over the middle and taken in by Odunze. 2nd and a yard. The tight end, Komet, is on the move. Throwing on 2nd down. Williams. Quick throw here is complete. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8. The tight end, Komet, is on the move. They'll go play action here with Wolf. Oh, no chance there. Under a heavy rush, he goes down.
They probably would have been better off just handing the ball off to the running back, Mike, because when they used him as a decoy, nobody fell for it. By the time he finished his fake and got his head around, the defense was all over him.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Moore going in motion. Williams to throw on second down. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield. This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And a fair catch is taken. It is just inside the 20-yard line. The 49ers offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. And that ball incomplete.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
And he is gone. 80 yards. Touchdown, San Francisco. Good-looking rushing touchdown there. Offensive line does its job. And that back taking off to the end zone for the touchdown.
Mike, you're exactly right. He might get credit in the box score for that long rushing touchdown, but it was the big guys up front who were able to make that play possible.
No problem there on the extra point. And the 49ers are out to a 21-10 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return, it's Devin Duvernay. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Out comes Caleb Williams and the rest of this Bears offense. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now, they're trying to keep it going. And nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
At this point in the game, Mike, we just haven't seen a lot of fire out of this offense. Here's another run, simple handoff, no gain.
On second down, it's Williams. He keeps it himself. A great job of knowing when to go. He gets 17 yards on that run and a first down.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
That's over the middle and intercepted. That's the linebacker, Fred Warner.
And this is going to go down as a pick, but it really was the pressure defensively that caused the interception. I mean, he was a little sloppy with his fundamentals, but I think it's as a result of the guy in his face led to that ball kind of sailing, inaccurate throw, and that's just really good team defense.
The Niners offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. They start with the lead and the football. They do so with tremendous field position. It's 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Purdy. Ayuk working across, and he's got it. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that anytime a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. You just saw a great example of it here.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Out of the gun, it's Purdy. Ayuk makes the catch right side.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches. tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
On third down, it's Purdy. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbound.
Holding offense.
So instead of going for the first down, in comes the field goal unit. Bit of a surprise here. The kick is perfect, right down the middle. And the Niners are going to open up a 2-touchdown lead, 24-10.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get free.
And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The home team's offense ready for this next possession. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. Here's Williams now to throw. He'll get this underneath to Swift. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play. Well, I'll tell you what, Mike, this is one of those times where you really see the evolution of the tight end position, right? It's not the days of just go past the first down, turn around, catch it, and fall. We see so many guys around the league that with the ball in their hand, they're almost more running back than they are tight end.
That's caught. It's the tight end, Komet. And it looks like he's going to have the first down. The defense was right there, but a gain of 2. Good enough for the first down. The tight end, Komet, is on the move. Here's Swift. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Another run here. Another run by Swift. He's able to get away from one man, but those reinforcements, they got there quick. Take him down behind the line.
And this is a great example of why it's so important on defense to sprint to the ball. His ability to make people miss is hard for one guy to get him on the ground. But when you can get everybody to the ball, eventually you can take him down. And in this case, they do it for a loss. For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. Here's the San Francisco offense, ready to take possession of the ball once more. As we look back at some of the highlights in this one, you'll see a lot of them, Greg, coming from the passing game. They've done a nice job picking the defense apart.
Yeah, and I think that's the right way to say it. It hasn't necessarily been just a bunch of deep shots, a bunch of explosives. It's been more methodical. It's been precise. They've really been all over their execution, and this is about as close to a complete performance as you're going to see from any offense throughout the course of this season.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Now Purdy. And for a 3rd time today, he's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Tremaine Edmonds.
Look, Mike, the reality here is that he's just not seeing the field the way that he needs to. Now, give credit. A big part of this is the defense doing an excellent job disguising its coverages all game long. Just before the snap, when he thinks he has the answers, the secondary changes the questions, and they've been rewarded with 3 picks for their effort.
The home team's offense ready to get back at it. They'll start with the football already in the red zone. Big opportunity here on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Williams. Quick throw, taken in.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be 1st and goal. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. Over the top, he's got it. Roll, Ogunze. Touchdown, Bears. So the turnover turns into a quick touchdown, and Greg, that's exactly how you want your offense to take care of business.
Anytime your defense can create those sudden change situations, Mike, absolutely, you have to take advantage of it. 1 second, you're sitting on the bench, going over your next drive. All of a sudden, after that turnover, you've got to be able to get out on the field and go. Take advantage of the short field and results in a nice touchdown.
So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a one-score game as they kick it away. This one taken at the 7. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Niners offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And the turnovers have really been the story here. Take you back through the high, or actually the lowlights in this one. Not a lot of positives when you have a 3-interception game under pressure all game long, the secondary feasting on his passes. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. On the ground, it's Guerrero. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down. Out of the gun, here's Purdy. Open man is Jennings. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. Now Purdy. He finds his big receiver, that's Jennings.
At this point in the game, Mike, it really starts coming down to the number of possessions. So that's a huge 1st down conversion, fresh set of downs. Now, the balance is stay aggressive and maintain the ball, but also start working this clock.
Over the middle to Ayuk, complete. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Working from the shotgun, he'll hand this one off. And he's fighting to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not do it. This is going to be a loss of a yard. 3rd down, 3 to go. Throwing from the... Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. The Bears have it. In the pocket, looking to throw the ball, but the defense was looking right at the ball. They knock it away and come up with the turnover.
Mike, we see so often a quarterback is so focused, keeping his eyes down the field, looking for one of his receivers to work himself free, that they lose track of where the defenders are, and I think that's exactly what happened here. The defender closed on him quicker than he might have thought, knocks the ball loose, creating the takeaway.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. To throw is Williams. There's that man again, another catch.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. The tight end, Komet, is on the move. Here's Williams. Toward the middle, that's caught by Moore. The Bears are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Now Williams. That's hauled in at the 2. And he'll take it on in. Cole Komet, touchdown Chicago. A huge touchdown there in the 4th quarter. And now just a point away from tying the game.
And that's one of those drives, Mike, where you know your best is needed. Can you come through here late and give your team a chance? They're an extra point away from tying this thing up, and we got ourselves a ball game.
So they're not level yet. A critical extra point attempt to follow. The kick is good, and that will tie this game here in the 4th quarter. All even. 4th quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The 49ers offense and the wideout getting set to go once more. And he's looking to finish strong. He has been unquestionably the star of the show as they have just absolutely had no answer on the defensive side of the ball. Here's Purdy on 1st and 10. That's into the hands of Pearsall on the right side. Purdy now on 2nd down. A short one there, caught by Kittle. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
Well, it wasn't the most exciting throw of the day, but I want you to watch, Mike, is the suddenness of the route runner. Change of speed, change of direction. Those are the qualities of great route runners, and this guy's certainly one of them.
And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
Off the play fake, Purdy. Taking off. And he'll get this forward for positive yardage as he covers up in the end. Here's a 2nd and 6. Purdy works out of the pistol. A throw here, right side, falls incomplete.
They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the 1st down marker. So now out comes the field goal unit in this pressure spot. This to take the lead here in the 4th. And this one right down the middle. It's good. And they take the lead here in the 4th quarter.
And this has been such a tight game, but that's a big one right there. I mean, you need a kicker with confidence. Well, this guy, he fits the bill. He steps up and knocks it through to give his guys a lead here in the 4th quarter.
And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Bears offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. They'll go play action here with Williams. To the left side, into the hands of Moore.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
And it'll be a pickup of 3, so third down forthcoming. On third down, it's Williams from the gun. He'll try and get there on the ground. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a first down.
This is an element that defensively you always have to be ready to defend. You can't just accept that it's a pass and be so consumed with the receivers downfield. You have to account for the quarterback as a scrambler. You can see why, as he's able to get out of the pocket and pick up the first down.
On the ground, it's Swift. And he proves tough to bring down. Good running across midfield. A gain of 8 that time. Throwing on second down, Williams. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 3, but that is good enough for a first down. Williams. That'll be taken in by Moore. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. The Niners have got it.
You have to appreciate the effort of the ball carrier. I mean, how many tackles did it seem like he broke on that run? But so often we see it, Mike, time and time again. The more these guys fight for extra yards, they're fighting and clawing for every inch. That ball just gets a little lower and a little looser, and the way these guys are taught now on defense, if you don't have great ball security, they are going to attack it, and in this case, they're able to pop it loose and come up with a big takeaway.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. On play action, here's Purdy. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun. It's Purdy. That's over the middle to Kittle. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down. From the shotgun, it's Purdy. And this ball incomplete on third down.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
And that's a nice job of making things more manageable for this offense as he takes it back beyond the 25-yard line. The Bears offense ready to take over possession of the football. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. That's over the middle and taken in by Odunze. Now, 2nd and 4. They'll drop to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And it'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down. From the shotgun, it's Williams. Throw right side, caught by Odunze. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Plenty of time, all 3 timeouts left. It's 1st and 10. Williams to the air once more. That's a short throw caught by Komet. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Caught Toss right side to the tight end, Komet. The Bears will use one of their timeouts here. And it comes with exactly 1 minute left in the game.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same...
And this is a touchdown! They were not going to be denied, and they have taken the lead here in the final minute of play.
This is a great example here, Mike, of an offense and a quarterback that is just in complete control and rhythm. Not only is he able to deliver this ball on target downfield, but the accuracy is what allows his receiver to stay on his feet, pick up the remaining yards after the catch, and walks it in for a touchdown.
Santos for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Bears have taken a 4-point advantage. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. From the 6, here comes a return. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Niners offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. Another try, 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Purdy. Field by Pearsall. And he's going to go all the way. How about some late magic? They've taken the lead here in the final minute of play. They find the end zone through the air. Greg, that is one of the most popular plays because it works so often.
You're right, Mike. We see it all the time. It's a 4 vertical concept. But the key is you've got to stretch the defense and put pressure on the secondary. That's exactly what they were able to do here. They take advantage, and they go deep for 6.
Now this, an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. An important extra point up and good, so the lead is 3 here in the late stages of the game. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. Duvernay on the return. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. The Bears offense ready to see what they can do. They'll do so with 1st and 10. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. To throw, it's Williams. That one complete to Moore. The Bears go ahead, take their 3rd and final timeout. They get it with 19 seconds left on the clock. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Now, a big 3rd down. To throw it again, it's Williams. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. It's a big play when they needed it the most. Timeout 49ers. That is their second. And even 30 yards. So now the Brazilian-born Cairo Santos in a big spot. This to force overtime. This one is good. Would you expect anything less from this game? We are going to get some more. Headed to overtime. So, overtime coming up, not a playoff game, so a quick reminder of the rules. Each team gets one possession unless the opening possession is a touchdown. Then it's game over. Any defensive score ends the game. Each team gets a couple of timeouts, and all replays come from upstairs. If the first OT ends in a tie, so does the game. Four quarters could not determine a winner. We get back underway here in overtime. Duvernay on the return. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. They'll begin with 1st and 10. The tight end, Komet, is on the move. This drive will begin with a run by Swift. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. They'll go again with Swift. He'll be brought down. It was a nice pickup, but a penalty flag on the play.
Holding.
Early
Offense.
indications of a hold. The tight end, Komet, is on the move. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And they're going to have this all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
Everyone talks about all the physical qualities to play quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and of course that's a given, but it's really the cerebral approach to the game that separates the best from everybody else. And I think both of those things were on display there, as he did not only a great job of finding the vulnerabilities of the back end, but then once his guy was there, it was that arm talent that put the ball in the exact right spot to allow his guy to make the big play. He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
That one knocked away. It is incomplete. Very good job defensively. Stayed right with him and will bring up 3rd down. Throwing again, Williams. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. So now the Brazilian-born Cairo Santos in a big spot. This to get a leg up in the OT. This kick is good. He knocks it through. And they get the upper hand as they take the lead to start overtime.
Of course they would have loved to finish this with a touchdown, of course. But this is the next best thing. You come out here in overtime, you get the early lead going up by 3, and now you put it on your defense. Can they come up with one stop to win this football game?
The 49ers offense back onto the field for their next possession. They try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Purdy going to give this to Guerrero. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. Throwing from the gun is Purdy. This throw left side caught by Kittle. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
It almost feels in today's game, if you aren't a dynamic runner with the ball in your hand, you can't play. And I'll tell you what, Mike, that was never my thing. I'm not sure if I would have been as good in today's game.
Here's 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Purdy. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Out of the gun, here's Purdy. He'll look over the middle and find his running back. And he'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Here's a 3rd down and 4. They'll throw again with Purdy. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Going to leave the offense out there for 4th and long. Here's Purdy. And that is incomplete. The defense very happy to see that play call. The decision to go for the 4th and long will end up in a turnover on down. So this one in the win column for the Bears. They knew a field goal would do it. And a pressure kick from distance was right on the money. They come away with the victory here in overtime. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The Bears get the win at home as we say so long from along the lakefront at Soldier Field in Chicago.